Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. I'm sat outside right about now. It's about 12:30 at night here in California. I'm in an area called Chatsworth. It's looking beautiful, poolside. I've got a little fire burning here. And I've just been reliably told by Steve, our host today, that Chatsworth, California used to be the porn capital of the world. I'm not going to get into the reasons why, right? But apparently they used to film a lot of that around this area in some of the big mansions. But listen, it's a beautiful setting for Transfer Daily today. Brought to you from the guys from Unibet. I've done another article about the player that I think we should sign this summer. Please check it out. The link is in the description. And, we need some big signings. Now, really interesting yesterday, the amount of quotes that were coming out from the club. And I think a lot of it were really in response to that whole petition that came out just before the game in Denver. Following that, there's been, a big response from the club. And you know what? It's not often you see the club respond to these things. Normally it's just they circle the wagons, they don't say anything about it, and they just get on with it. But I think they were really stung by this whole petition thing that come out, and they realised that the fans at the moment are really frustrated by the lack of transfer activity that is going on around the club. First person to come out and make a statement was Josh Kroenke, of course, the son of the owner Stan. Still not hearing nothing from Stan, but at least his son come out and responded to a lot of the criticism that was laid at their door following that petition. Josh sort of issuing this big statement where he spoke about how his aim and the club's aim is to win, he said. They're there to win. He spoke about the structure of the club. And let me give you a couple of quotes. It was a big, long statement, but I'm not going to go into all of it. But he said here, over the past year, we've turned the page from our traditional model of football operations that included a manager and a CEO to a new chapter of Arsenal Football Club that is led by a head of football and managing director. Since their appointments and that of Unai Emery as the head coach, we've continued to develop a modern infrastructure designed to move us forward. This will take time to play out, but this was always going to be the case after such a long period of operating under a different model. For us, the most important thing is to achieve was not simply to change for the sake of change, but to ensure that we have the right people in the right roles to work together in a positive environment to achieve our stated goal of winning silverware, both domestically and in Europe. And he goes on, as I said, to talk about how they aim to win, how they're custodians of the club. Lots of great sounding talk. Fans want to see action. And then Unai Emery, speaking again to the press yesterday. They were doing a training session over here, Arsenal, in Los Angeles. We was at the training session and Unai Emery speaking as well. And again, coming out with some very interesting talk about transfers. A couple of quotes here from him. He said, our target is to achieve 3-4 players to really improve our team and the squad now, said Emery. He said, we're being very demanding, and we are also first speaking about the possibility to sign very big players, very expensive, he says. The first player in our list is the first target, and after, if we cannot have that, then we try to sign the second, but thinking every time that they're going to improve the team. So, and again, he went on to say that, how he's been speaking to Josh Kroenke and Stan Kroenke every day with Edu to try and get deals done. There was some other people that I know that were at the press conference that were saying that they were told that Arsenal, are hoping to have at least 4 signings over the line by the end of next week. Now, it's all sounding great, and if it all comes off, fantastic. That means they're listening to the fans. They're listening to the fact that the fans are really, really frustrated, but they are under a lot of pressure now to get some of these deals done. And I'm glad that they realise the frustration of the fans at the moment, because simply everywhere I go, whether it be in the UK or whether it be over here as I am at the moment in the United States, fans are not happy at all with what's been going on with the transfers. Now, who are those signings going to be? As I said, Unai Emery saying there, one's going to be very big, very expensive. Could that be Wilfried Zaha? Zaha's been linked for a lot of the transfer window. He would be very big and he would be very expensive. That we can be both guaranteed of. But Roy Hodgson, the manager of Crystal Palace, coming out yesterday and saying that basically Arsenal have not even come close to their valuation on Wilfried Zaha. His quotes were, I don't think Arsenal have actually made a bid that has come anywhere near our valuation. So if they were to get a Wilfried Zaha done, which I think would be a very positive signing, we all know we need a left back. We know that Arsenal are going to have to, you know, come correct, as they'd say over here. They're going to have to come with a big bid. Palace said to one up until around about 80 million. I think it could get done for less than that. I reckon 60, 65 million. It'd be very hard for Crystal Palace to turn that down for a player that basically wants to move. But do Arsenal have the money and the funds to get that done? All summer long we've been hearing about this 45 million. It seems obvious that they've got a bit more than that. But will they get that deal done? Who knows? And these are the sort of things that are going to play out as the window goes. And remember, now a lot of pressure is on Arsenal, because with these statements that they've brought out about getting big players and stuff like that, the clubs that may have to sell will know that and will push the prices up and will put Arsenal under even more pressure to pay the asking price. And certainly Crystal Palace complaining that Arsenal are nowhere near their valuation. Now, what about this player, Everton? Everton Suarez from Grêmio in Brazil, 23 years of age. Looks like he could be the alternative to Wilfried Zaha. Arsenal, of course, have been interested in him for a couple of weeks now. There's been lots of rumours about him. Unai Emery was asked about him and, you know, said that, you know, well, he was pretty stump on it, but admitted that he's a good player. There's the rumours that Arsenal sent medical staff over to Brazil to check him out. Now, Grêmio said to want around about £36 million, which again is a lot of money. Arsenal, however, said to be possibly willing to do that, but they probably pay like £25 million up front, with the rest of the money coming in add-ons, which seems to be the popular way of doing it at the moment for Arsenal. And then there's Dani Ceballos. I said Ceballos yesterday. A lot of people corrected me saying it's pronounced Ceballos. I'm not 100% sure. If you're a Spanish speaker out there, correct me if I'm wrong. But listen, regardless of how his name is pronounced, he is a player being heavily linked with Arsenal yet again today. As I said on yesterday's show, he was a real star in the Spanish under-21s. Real Madrid player. Real Madrid really, really like him. And seems like they'd be willing for him to go out on loan. I said yesterday that they probably want to insert in there an option, or Arsenal will want to insert in there an option to buy him at the end of the loan. There's a lot of talk that Real Madrid wouldn't really want that option in there. They'd rather either he just be sold outright, or it'll be a loan where he could then possibly return at the end of that loan spell, because he is a player that they rate. But certainly Arsenal heavily linked with him. Unai Emery was asked about Ceballos, and he said, listen, he's a very good player. He didn't deny, and he didn't say they were going to get him, but the rumours are still really, really strong around him. Tottenham, as we know, also very interested in the player. So again, it's another one of these ones where we're going to have to see how that one plays out. And then there's Kieran Tierney. How long has this been going on? The whole window still hasn't been done for £25 million. And Celtic really playing hardball at the moment, because they know, as I said, Arsenal under a lot of pressure to get this deal done. There's a lot of talk that Celtic are saying, listen, if Wan-Bissaka has gone for all that money to Manchester United, listen, we think that our guy is more experienced, our guy is just as good, and we want the minimum £25 million, and we don't want no instalments and that. We want the money. So they are really, really playing hardball on this one. I keep saying it. I do think this one will get done, but again, will it be a deal that could be completed by next week? Again, it's one of those we're gonna have to wait and see how that one plays out. And then the Dani Alves link is still out there today. Dani Alves available on a free, of course. Previously at PSG, just won the Copa America, captain in Brazil. Even though he's 36, still a lot of legs left in Dani Alves, and could be a good backup to Hector Bellerin. Maybe even a player that could come in instead of Hector Bellerin as a short-term solution. Bellerin, of course, recovering from an injury still. But Dani Alves still linked heavily with Arsenal today. And Malcolm still being linked with Arsenal as well. Linked with a host of clubs, including Tottenham again. Malcolm has apparently said to Barcelona, or his agent has said to Barcelona, that Malcolm would like to leave the club this summer. Of course, he's getting very, very limited game time indeed. And Malcolm, after first team football, which, he could get at Arsenal, because Arsenal are on the look out for a winger. So still lots of rumours. And as I said, with these interesting statements that have come out, the board really under pressure to get some of these deals done. Let's get into a couple of your comments. I love this. I love this comment here from Faraka. He says, I went on the Arsenal website to buy the new kit. Of course, the brand new yellow away kit has been launched today. But he said, I went on the Arsenal website to buy the new kit. Unfortunately, they don't have an option of buying the kits with an initial £20 and the rest of the money in instalments. That is brilliant. And he's right. He makes a good point there. If Arsenal are going to get some of these deals done, they need to pay up the money. It's all this instalment stuff. Itstro Jr. says, I'm mad that we haven't bought anyone. But I think I might even be more mad that we haven't sold any dead wood. And interesting today, Mustafi was speaking at an event. I was actually supposed to go to that event here in LA. Our plane got delayed, didn't get in there in time. But Mustafi was speaking on that event and he got booed by a couple of people. It's not something you normally see when you come abroad to places like America, and it just shows that there are some fans out there that just feel that there are some bits of deadwood players in the team that need to be gone. We're not really hearing of any of those players being moved out at the moment. Christaki says, I have a feeling that this could be a good summer, just a matter of time. I'm trying to work out if he's taking a mick, right, or if he's being serious. With all the comments that have come out today from Josh Kroenke, from Unai Emery, who knows? He could be right. We may need to be patient. Maybe they could be getting some good deals across the line. Roast Beef says, if St Etienne are interested in Koscielny, surely Arsenal should use him in the deal for Saliba. Well, it seems to be more Bordeaux, Marseille, Lyon, those teams that are interested in Koscielny. And of course, it's all going to depend where Koscielny wants to go and if Arsenal want to sell him. And final comment here, Varan23 says, well, Arsenal fans, do you think Stan Kroenke will spend? That's a very interesting question, and a question I'm going to put in a poll to the fans today. I think he's going to spend. I think it's obvious that they're going to buy someone. But do you think that Arsenal will get in the right type of players that we need this summer? That's what I'm going to put in a poll. Let us know by voting yes or no. So listen, beautiful setting here. I'm looking forward to the game that's going to be taking place, of course, tomorrow. Arsenal going to be playing Bayern Munich. A big test for Arsenal as well. It's not going to be, Colorado Rapids Juniors. This is Bayern Munich. They were training at the LA Galaxy Stadium earlier as well. It's a friendly, but I don't want that friendly ending up 5-1. Like the usual times when we play Bayern Munich. So, but it should be a really, really interesting friendly. It's going to be interesting to hear what Unai Emery has to say after the game about transfers, because pressure is really, really mounting on Arsenal to get some of these deals done. Listen, thanks for watching the show today. Don't forget, check out that link in the description for Unibet if you want to check out the articles that I've written, and we will be back tomorrow.